terrorist. Did you say no?
I will not let you attack me like this. You are not a journalist, you do not know statistics, you do not know sources, and most importantly, you don't know what the fuck you are talking about.
You called Black Lives Matter a terrorist. Did you say no?
I will not let you attack me like this. You are not a journalist, you do not know statistics, you do not know sources, and most importantly, you don't know what the fuck you are talking about.
You called Black Lives Matter a terrorist. Did you say no?
I will not let you attack me like this. You are not a journalist, you do not know statistics, you do not know sources, and most importantly, you don't know what the fuck you are talking about.
You called Black Lives Matter a terrorist. Did you say no?
I will not let you attack me like this. You are not a journalist, you do not know statistics, you do not know sources, and most importantly, you don't know what the fuck you are talking about.
You called Black Lives Matter a terrorist. Did you say no?
I will not let you attack me like this. You are not a journalist, you do not know statistics, you do not know sources, and most importantly, you don't know what the fuck you are talking about.
You called Black Lives Matter a terrorist. Did you say no?
I will not let you attack me like this. You are not a journalist, you do not know statistics, you do not know sources, and most importantly, you don't know what the fuck you are talking about.
You called Black Lives Matter a terrorist. Did you say no?
I will not let you attack me like this. You are not a journalist, you do not know statistics, you do not know sources, and most importantly, you don't know what the fuck you are talking about.
You called Black Lives Matter a terrorist. Did you say no?
I will not let you attack me like this. You are not a journalist, you do not know statistics, you do not know sources, and most importantly, you don't know what the fuck you are talking about.
You called Black Lives Matter a terrorist. Did you say no?
I will not let you attack me like this. You are not a journalist, you do not know statistics, you do not know sources, and most importantly, you don't know what the fuck you are talking about.
You called Black Lives Matter a terrorist. Did you say no?
I will not let you attack me like this.
Yeah, that works. That's good.
You are not a journalist,
now the
you do not know
chat
statistics,
doesn't
you do
work.
not know sources, and
So
most importantly,
that is very
you don't know what the fuck
interesting.
you are
You
talking
called
about.
Black Lives
So
Matter a
I'm just
terrorist. Did you
gonna
say
do
I
no?
will
a
not let you
really
attack me like
quick
this. You are not a
pop-out
journalist, you do
chat.
not know statistics, you do not know sources, and most importantly, you don't know what the fuck you are talking about.
You called Black Lives Matter a terrorist.
Yeah,
Did you say
alright,
no?
now
I will
it's
not let
working.
you attack me like this. You are not a journalist, you do not know statistics, you do not know sources, and most importantly, you don't know what
Sorry
the fuck
for
you are
You
talking
called
about.
Black Lives Matter a
line
terrorist. Did you say
I
no?
will not let you attack me like this.
Repeating.
You are not a journalist, you do not know statistics, you do not know sources, and most importantly, you don't know what the fuck
we
you
You
are
go.
talking
called
about.
Black Lives
Alright.
Matter a terrorist.
So, all right, this is not really meant to be a tutorial per se. I was doing some dialogue editing for this film, and I thought, oh, you can't hear me over dialogue. Yeah, I'll try not to talk too much over dialogue, actually. But I'll also go ahead and turn this down a little more. So just to give a little bit of backstory, I was doing this dialogue editing for this short film. I can't really show the video for the film, so I can't, because, you know, the filmmakers didn't really agree to this, but I thought, hey, what the hell, I should do it anyway. I'm about a couple of hours in, so I imported the AAFs, and then I started doing my selects. And in this show, there's two lavs. So there's two characters in the show, each have their own lavs. And there's a boom mic, and then there's a spot mic that they just put somewhere in the house. I didn't manage to get a hold of the people who are in charge of sound, like people who are production sound. So I don't know what mics they used, but I just basically started putting tracks, like the same lines on tracks, and I'll show you what my template looks like. It's got 3 ADR files, which in this show we don't really need because there's not going to be any ADR. It's very low budget. Couple of FUDs tracks, and that's for anything like if somebody's talking over the phone. So we don't really need any of these 5, so I'm just going to hide them. And then I got 1 to 8 DX tracks. And each one, as you can see, it goes boom, spot, boom, lav, spot. No, it goes lav, boom, spot. So lav mics are on the first channel of each number, and then booms, and then spots. And what you normally do is the first 4 are for dialogue. So character 1, character 2, character 3, character 4. If you have more characters, you just kind of go back to cascading them. This show has only 2 characters, so I actually get 2 channels per character. Very nice. And then 5 and 6 are fills. So that's where you make fills when you have to make kind of compromising cuts to make sure everything is smooth. And 7 and 8 are PFX, production effects. That's any sound effect that was captured by, the production crew. And usually you don't use these, but they'll be useful later when I'm doing Foley. And I may use their door sound. The door sounds nice. And I have this fill track where I just create fills as I need them. All of that is going into a dialogue master. These are strip tracks, and these are all the extra bits of audio that we don't need, but we don't want to delete. So, if character A is speaking, we don't really need the feed from character B's lav mic. So we just put that in strips. But it's easy to see that, okay, like in case I do need to grab the spot mic for this line, I can just bring it up from the strip. Very easy like that. So once you do so what you want to do in a show is you want to do your lavs, your booms, and if you have other mics, you want to have all of those you want to edit them together, but ultimately you go ahead and you make a selection. So for this show, it's really hard to select one and stick with it. The boom is usually really far away, so I can't stick with boom. And the lavs sometimes get really noisy. And the spot mic is in one spot, so sometimes it's close and actually getting a really good sound, and sometimes it's not getting a good sound. So once you did that, you go ahead and you start your editing. And what you want to do with editing, I'll show you a couple of lines that I already edited. You want really long, smooth fades so that you don't notice that noise coming in. And yeah, and now I'm just going to stop talking and I'm going to start working. But if anybody has a question, just hit me with that. Thank you, Bo. Oh, is it Easter? I don't know. All right.
Daddy,
Stop.
make me.
So, right off the bat.
You.
Okay, what are you doing here in the dark? You've literally never, ever gotten mad at me for calling you Daddy.
Stop.
All right, so right there, we need to put a fill for this. I should not be talking, but I can't stop myself. So the reason we make a fill is that if I solo this track, let's see what's behind it. As it happens right
Stop.
now, I could actually just use this, but I'm going to show you how to make a fill anyway. Oh, I already got a fill on that track, so let's just move this a little bit this way. I don't know what this is. Let's get rid of it. So you find a quiet part in your take. So you see it's all lines here. Lines that weren't used.
Never, ever gotten mad at you for calling you Daddy.
Yeah. So from here to here, I can make some cuts. Let's go further back. What's here?
No, I didn't. I never told you to call me that. That was all you.
There's a breath here, but I'm gonna just use it. It's a car, but we'll try to use it. Then get in shuffle mode. Shuffle mode is something that I wish Reaper had, but whatever. I think really these two are the ones that we need. Let's fade them in. Nah, this car won't do it. So we'll just, this is what we got. Well. I should get rid of my face Nobody needs to see that. Yeah, that works for me. And then I'm just gonna duplicate this a few times. Man, I have forgotten how to crossfade in Pro Tools. This is still not really riveting television. So what I'm making here is like a track that has more or less the same kind of noise profile as the dialogue lines, because it is from those lines. And then what we'll do with that is put it under everything else so that we can hear it. And actually what I'm doing right now is useful too. Just kind of cutting little bits from it so it doesn't start to kind of loop. And this fade got real big and we don't need that kind of energy. And so this is what everybody does, is where is my filmmaker? My filmmaker is very simple. Oh, I gotta make sure the video doesn't show. You just reverse it twice and now you gotta fill. That I can lay under that line. And the line was right here.
I swear to God.
No, the line is here.
Stop.
And right now this has a fill, so I'm just gonna kind of try to.
Never, ever gotten mad at me for calling you.
Stop.
You see that noise? That noise comes in and then it's just very kind of in focus. It's very in your face. So I'm gonna lay some fill here. Before the line comes in.
Doing here in the dark. You've literally never, ever gotten mad at me for calling you.
Stop.
And this line is too quiet. You really just do the edits first and then do the mixing, but whatever.
Okay, what are you doing here in the dark? You've literally never, ever gotten mad at me for calling you.
Stop.
And then since we laid the fill, I'm just gonna make this kind of tight again. Whoop, bitty do.
Thank you, Daddy.
Stop.
Make me.
This has to be longer.
Stop.
Make me.
Some extra fill that I made before.
You're not gonna make this easy for me, are you?
I'm not fucking with you.
I guess you want to play victim tonight.
I swear to God.
Good.
All of that sounded okay.
You're not gonna make this easy for me, are you?
I'm not fucking with you.
I guess you want to play victim tonight.
I swear to God.
Good.
Scott, why am I in Pro Tools? It's a good question. I mean, because AAFs, and I should one of these days get AA translator, but I'm too cheap. And with this project, they were like, "Oh, we have Pro Tools subscription. We can just give you a month." And I was like, "All right." And I also just kind of wanted to remember Pro Tools. I don't want to forget Pro Tools forever. I still hold on to the idea that I'll one day work at a studio or something. So I don't want to forget Pro Tools forever. But if there's one thing that Pro Tools, I think, does better than Reaper, it's dialogue editing. And mostly because of Audio Suite. There's ways of getting Audio Suite-like functionality in Reaper for sure. But I already have these templates made. I have my configurations made, and yet they gave me a free month, so I was like, better to do that than if I want to buy a translator. That'll be like half of what they're paying me for this show. So yeah, so that's why. And also pretending like it's April Fool's. Oh, Andres is here. Hey, Andres, I heard you're moving to Vancouver. Very exciting.
You're not gonna make this easy for me, are you?
I'm not fucking with you.
I guess you want to play victim tonight.
I swear to
Okay,
Are
this
you?
I'm
here.
not fucking with you.
I guess you want to.
I guess this breath I don't like. It's a little bit weird. Let's get rid of it.
You're not gonna make this easy for me, are you?
I'm not fucking with you.
I guess you want to play victim tonight.
I swear to God.
Good.
Way too quiet. Something you get with people who do a little bit of editing is that they do weird automation. And
Good. When I'm done with you, you'll be called.
so something like this you would want to put in a PFX track. Let's solo this.
Good. When I'm done with. Good.
Yeah, so they split up the line, so you gotta cut it here. But that bit goes down to PFX. And oh, I should have my groups enabled. And one more time, press B and drag all of these down to my PFX.
Good. Good. When I'm done with you, you'll be.
What is this? This seems to be in the wrong place.
Good.
Nope, it's not. Yeah, it's PFX.
Good. When I'm done with you, you'll be.
Andres, do you remember how to reset clip gain to 0? Yeah, it's so clunky, dude. Especially because now I'm used to all these extra hotkeys that I set. So I have changed S to be split in Pro Tools. So I keep pressing S and in Reaper, and then in Pro Tools it's totally something else.
When I'm done with you, you'll be calling me Daddy.
This line is just way too quiet.
You'll be calling me Daddy.
We're already at +6.2. So this is where you would go down to your strip and you see what you got in the strip. Maybe that could help. No, I can tell that won't help.
You'll be calling me Daddy.
It's just quiet.
You'll be.
Let's see if the other line is. Well, I can tell it's really quiet, but maybe it will.
You'll be calling me Daddy.
No, that's not gonna work.
You'll be calling me.
Yeah, no. Guess we gotta use this. We'll deal with it.
Done with
later.
you, you'll be calling me Daddy.
Let's bring it up a little.
What? You gonna hit me? Oh no! Please don't spank me.
Shut the fuck up.
Christ, Vet.
So this is a problem.
Shut the fuck.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of her in.
Oh
His
no! Please don't spank me.
Shut the fuck up.
Christ, Vic.
I think this is as far as I got. I needed a fill for this area, which is here. I'm gonna make it a little shorter. Bring it up. Do a little bit of itsy bitsy fades. This probably needs to be aligned.
Are you?
I'm not fucking with you.
I guess you want to
Or
play
right click
victim
to
tonight.
reset. Oh, very nice. Cool. Thank you, Scott.
I'm not fucking with you.
I guess you want to play victim tonight.
I swear to God.
Good. When I'm done with you, you'll be calling me Daddy. Oh, what? You gonna hit me? Oh no! Please don't spank me.
Shut the fuck up.
Christ, Vic. If you have something to get off your chest, the least you could do is fuck me first.
Alright,
Fuck
there's
off.
like a bunch of just void here. Yeah, I should have my PFX also unmuted, so let's just fill this in. Oh, I see why it is.
Christ, Vic. If you have something to get off your... If you have something to get off your...
Yeah. So we need a fill for this bit. So I'm just gonna copy this bad boy down to Phil Collins. Got a little bit of fade here. Nope, not Philly enough. See, I pressed S again when I needed to press B. Yep, that's premium fillage right there. Get rid of that. And put it here.
Christ, Vic. If you have something to get off your chest, the least you could do is fuck...
So let's put a fade here. I have forgotten all my hotkeys, so that's great.
Vic. If you have something to get...
Let's see if we need to just expand this a little. And then what's going on here?
If you have something to get off your chest, the least you could do is fuck...
Yeah, so this fuck me is from another shot.
Could do is fuck me first.
I'm just gonna use this one. I'm gonna use this line and mute this line.
If you have something to get off your chest, the least you could do is fuck me first.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I should really be editing these together, but what ifs. Control Shift B. What was Control Shift B? That definitely did something. What does Control Shift B do? It clears clip gain. Okay, nice. Yeah, right click does it too. I guess you do right click or clear, or you do Control Shift B. Good job, Andres.
If you have something to get off...
I gotta keep remembering to adjust my group so all these fades and stuff apply to the others.
If you have something to get off your chest, the least you could do is fuck me first.
Let's mute these.
If you have something to get off your chest, the least you could do is fuck me first.
So this is a bit where there's not a lot of dialogue because they are, well, one of them is showing the other one something. So let's just skip over this bit and go to the next bit. Control and S, folks.
I asked you what you did for a living and you didn't even scratch the surface. I thought you were just a journalist.
I got my master's degree at CMU in journalism, so I'm not...
Cool, cool, cool. See if we expand this a little bit. Maybe right here. Expand this a little bit. Maybe right here. See what we got here. Maybe like this.
My master's degree at...
I asked you what you did for a living and you didn't even scratch the surface. I thought you were just a journalist.
I got my master's degree at CMU in journalism, so I'm not just a journalist, although I wouldn't belittle a profession.
Yeah, this is all talk, talk, talk. So yeah, this is the problem. Here I selected a laugh, but here I'm selecting a boom. And that's just not gonna work. So suspend. Mute this.
The journalist.
I got my master's degree at CMU in journalism, so I'm not just a journalist, although I wouldn't belittle a profession that you just get a degree for, considering you've made a career out of taking pictures on a camera.
Cleared this bad boy.
journalist.
I got my master's degree at CMU in journalism, so I'm not just a journalist, although I wouldn't belittle a profession that you just get a degree for, considering you've made a career out of taking pictures on a camera that your parents bought you.
Here's another thing I need to have is my little meter here. Another thing I like about Reaper, you just grab a meter from any track and
I thought
you
you
see
were
it
just a
forever.
journalist.
I got my master's degree at CMU in journalism, so I'm not just a journalist, although I wouldn't belittle a profession that you just get a degree for, considering you've made a career.
Let's see what we have here.
A profession that you need to get a degree for, although I wouldn't belittle a profession that you just get a degree for, considering you've made a career out of taking pictures on a camera that your parents bought.
Yeah, we need fills. Let's make some fills. Filmmaking. People make films. I make fills. It's a pretty quiet track. But whatever, gotta make a fill. Do a little bit of this. Do a little bit of that. Tap, tap. The crossfade, very primitive once you get used to Reaper. Shlap. And there's our fill. Oh, I think I gotta reverse it one more time. Put that thing down, flip it and reverse it. That's how I remember this little trick. And lay the fill.
I asked you what you did for a living and you didn't even scratch the surface. I thought you were just a journalist.
I got my master's degree at CMU in journalism, so I'm not just a journalist, although I wouldn't belittle a profession that you just get a degree for, considering you've made a career out of taking pictures on a camera that your parents bought you.
There's a little bit of you coming through here. That doesn't need to be there. And unsuspend group 3.
My master's degree at CMU in journalism, so I'm not just a journalist, although I wouldn't belittle a profession that you just get a degree for, considering you've made a career out of taking pictures on a camera that your parents bought you.
Look, everyone is much calmer.
I guess let's go with the lav on this one. Do I remember the lav on this one not sounding great?
Bought you.
Look, everyone is much calmer after a nap.
Yeah. But we'll have to use it now. Just for giggles, let's take all of this and bring it up like 5.
Surface. I thought you were just a journalist.
I got my master's degree at CMU in journalism, so I'm not just a journalist, although I wouldn't belittle a profession that you just get a degree for, considering you've made a career out of taking pictures on a camera that your parents bought you.
Look, everyone is much calmer after a nap.
Yeah, you see my problem with this? It's got too much ruffleage. I'm just gonna use this. I'm gonna use the boom.
thought you were just a journalist.
I got my master's degree at CMU in journalism, so I'm not just a journalist. Although I wouldn't belittle a profession that you just get a degree for, considering you've made a career out of taking pictures on a camera that your parents bought you.
Look, everyone is much calmer.
Maybe make a fill from this. Something I always forget. It's because I make fills and then I forget where the fill's supposed to go. So I'm just gonna put a little clip region here. Shibloinks. Oh, that's the end. They say cut here.
I want you.
Cut. We got it. Okay, let's move.
Look, everyone is much calmer.
Blim. Psh, bloop. Psh, bloop. Beautiful, don't even need a fade, but you gotta do it anyway. Flamf. Flamf. Render. Do a little randomly so it doesn't whoopsie, so it doesn't nope. The reason I'm double reversing is that it maintains the same name, if anybody's wondering. And then we find the clip region. This is where we wanted to lay it, but I want to lay it over all these other tracks too, so I need a bigger length. And then splamp. Put it in fill. Whoopsies. Suspend fills.
The surface. I thought you were just a journalist.
I got my master's degree at CMU in journalism, so I'm not just a journalist. Although I wouldn't belittle a profession that you just get a degree for, considering you've made a career out of taking pictures on a camera that your parents bought you.
Look, everyone is much calmer after a nap.
Why don't you let me?
I guess let's go with boom on this one too.
Calmer after a nap. Why don't you let me?
What does it say?
I want you.
Did they change something here?
Why don't you let me?
Out.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a.
Why don't you let me?
I want you. Out.
They made this part lame.
Why don't you let me?
Out. I want you.
Much calmer after a nap. Why don't you let me?
Out.
Yeah, I don't know why video editors do this stuff. I'm gonna show the video for a quick second. You guys, we're all friends here.
Why don't you let me?
Out.
Oh, that's what it is. It's gotta be a. You gotta put a sound effects here of like a slappy down action. So instead of saying I want you out, it's gonna be just one of those.
Why don't you let me?
Out.
Alright. Nothing we can do right now.
Why don't you let me?
Out. The only joke. The only joke in here.
She's about to say something.
Relax.
The only joke.
Relax. Relax.
The only joke in here is you. I never want to see you again.
I want to.
Interesting. This is gonna be interesting. These are all from different shots.
In here is you.
That's not gonna work.
Joke in here is here.
Relax.
The only joke in here is you.
Relax.
The only joke in here is you.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, bye video. Sorry, I shouldn't be showing anybody this stuff.
Relax.
The only joke in here is you. I never want to see you. Is you. Joke in here. In here is you.
Gotta get rid of this breath. And let's just make a quick fade. This should really be on a separate track. And strip.
Joke in here. Joke in here is you. I never want to see you again.
I want to apologize.
So quiet. Also, another annoying thing about Pro Tools is not being able to actually do a freaking like mouse zooming to center rather than edit cursor. A little bit of G, a little bit of D.
In here is you. I never want to see you again.
I want to.
So quiet. That's another thing in Pro Tools. How do you see how good I remember the prefs for clip gain? That must be editing. Yeah, gain nudge. Let's make this 1 dB.
Joke in here is you. I never want to see you again.
I want to apologize for stating facts.
Again, one of those moments where
See you again.
I want to apologize for stating facts.
let's just get rid of this. I bet you say the same thing here as well.
Is you. I never want to see you again.
I want to apologize for stating facts. Stating facts.
Maybe action like this.
facts.
Is that what you call this?
What we got here?
Stating facts.
Is that what you... Is you. I never want to see you again.
I won't apologize for stating facts.
Is that what you call this?
I feel like can't really edit that out. You gotta lean into it.
Facts.
Is that what you call this? You. I never want to see you again.
I won't apologize for stating facts.
Is that what you call this? No. You never want to see you again.
I won't.
Let's see how this is in the boom, because we're using the boom.
Is that what you...
For stating facts.
Is that what you call this? No. You...
Yeah. I'm gonna go boom, boom, boom.
Relax.
The only joke in here is you. I never want to see you again.
I won't apologize.
No. Well, we'll just change it afterwards.
Here is you. I never want to see you again.
I won't apologize for stating facts.
Hello.
Is that what you call this?
Mike in the house. Mike in the house. How you doing, Mike? You missed the total shenanigans that ensued at the beginning of this live stream.
Is that what you call
Not
this?
a journalist.
No. You call this? No. You are a disgusting human being.
It's one of those things, eh? They're just trying to...
What you call this? No. You are a disgusting human.
I guess... What do I even do? Yeah, how you doing, Mike? Sorry to hear about your April Fool's video. My April Fool's was that I totally failed at setting up a live stream earlier.
Call this? No. You are a disgusting human being. You trivialized a word that has been used. What you call this? No. You are a disgusting human being. You trivialized a...
Yeah.
Is that what you call this? No. You...
The real April Fool's is that I'm using Pro Tools. Joke's on me.
Is that what you call this? No. You are a disgusting human being.
Need a fill for this boy. Usually when I edit dialogue about every 2 minutes, I giggle to myself about being a filmmaker. Not a filmmaker, but a fill maker. I make fills. Ooh. Juicy fill. Maybe this bit is usable. There's a lot of breathing going on in it.
Do you actually believe? I may be the most woefully...
Don't have too much village to work with, but gotta make it work. For this, actually, I may reverse it once. Yeah, I enjoy that. crossfading in Pro Tools, not a fun endeavor. Where's the line? There's the line. Chop, chop. Let's do a slow fade on these.
Out.
Relax.
The only joke in here is you. I never want to see you again.
I won't apologize for stating facts.
Is that what you call
Sure.
this? No. You are disgusting.
So dialogue editing is, I guess the short of it is that film sets really sound crappy. Like obviously the priority is getting a good picture, so getting good shots. So sound is not always the main kind of focal point, and it has to be away from the shot, right? So sometimes the mics that boom operators use are really kind of far away or at weird spots. And then actors have lav mics, but then they sometimes like rub themselves or they make all kinds of sounds, and that will make the mic sound bad. So basically you get like a very suboptimal audio recording, and you got to make it sound kind of like usable, especially in a show like this. They don't do ADR, meaning like they're not re-recording the lines in a studio because it's a low budget movie, it's a low budget short film. So I have, as you can see, there's 4 mics used in this show. So each actor has a lav, and there are 2 actors, and then there's the boom mic, and then there's a spot mic, a mic that they just placed somewhere. So I went through and I divide the lines by actor. So actor 1, the male actor goes on 1 and 2, lavs, booms, spots all together in the same place. So for every line we have kind of 3 captures, and we select one of them, and then the female actor is on 3 and 4. And then you gotta make these. And then another thing that happens is that when they make a shot, like let me show you one of these, even though I shouldn't be.
Say it.
Don't you dare.
Say it.
This is so fucked up.
Like every time these shots change, we are hearing another we hear another audio, the audio that was captured with the shot. So they could be really different, like the levels could be different, but also like how outside sounded could be different, and energy levels of actors are different for these shots. But they are making an edit out of that. So you got to make those kind of gel into each other more. So if I go back to where I have already done the editing with stuff like this, what you normally have is just audio cut up, and every time the shot changes, so between this shot and this shot, there are no fades. And you create those fades. Sometimes when you want to make a fade, you'll see that there's like an extra line here that it was cut out of the show. For example, there's the line that didn't make it to the show. So you also make these fills. So you take the recordings of a scene and you find some quiet spots, and you copy and paste those quiet spots, fade them into each other, and you create a fill track. And this is just like the noise floor of that shot from that mic that you lay under these tracks, so these cuts don't seem too like erratic and it feels more smooth.
I asked you what you did for a living, and you didn't even scratch the surface. I thought you were just a journalist.
I got my master's degree at CMU
So
in
all
journalism,
of these
so I'm not
audio
just a journalist,
files
although I wouldn't belittle a profession.
Are from different shots, and you got to kind of make them work together, sound good together, and you want kind of the audience immersed in the dialogue without noticing like the mic changing, the sound changing. So what I'm doing right now is actually just doing fill and fades. So I'm putting fades on audio files that are smoother, so they're not just like simple cuts. You don't want to do like a really quick fade, because that is easy to hear, because as you hear the dialogue you also hear its noise, and that noise comes and goes, kind of if you think about like in sports or something, if two commentators are in two different rooms, like the noise profile of each room is different. So you make those like more smooth, and then you put fills under it, and then the third pass is to go through and level match all of these. So I'll have my meter, and I'll make sure, the average dialogue kind of hits around 16. If somebody's like shouting, that's around 10. If somebody's whispering, that'll be like around 20, and just kind of like level match everything. And some lines are just not going to be usable. There is one line in this show that I just don't know what to do about.
Oh, it's a simple question.
I'll find it eventually.
Do you believe Black Lives...
Is it here?
You are a pawn. The dirty talk, the role play, no.
I'll find it eventually. The actor, as he's saying his line, he's thumping his chest, and the sound is ruined. So I don't know what to do with it, but we'll figure it out.
I asked you what you did for a living, and you didn't even scratch the surface. I thought you were just a...
Yeah, totally. You don't think about this stuff when you're watching a film, and I guess that's the point, right? Like if these transitions are, very obvious, then they're constantly taking focus away. Like they're breaking the fourth wall. They're making the audience know that, hey, these are mics, these are different shots, blah blah blah. So yeah, you don't, and then you can't, once you know it, you can't unthink about it. So whenever I watch a shooting scene, or like any scene like in the desert or in the rain or on a horse or in a boat, I'm like, yeah, none of the audio you hear is actually recorded on set. All of that has to be ADR'd. And to be honest, this show, if they had budget, they should do a bunch of ADR. These lines are not super high quality, but they don't, so you just gotta kind of make what they have work.
I asked you what you did for a living, and you didn't even scratch the surface. I thought you were just a journalist.
I got my master's degree at CMU in journalism, so I'm not just a journalist, although I wouldn't belittle a profession that you just get a degree for, considering you've made a career out of taking pictures on a camera that your parents bought you.
So yeah, these two lines are from the same shot, recorded around the same time, and this is from another shot. So later I would be like EQ matching these two so that they sound the same.
Journalism, so I'm not just a journalist, although I wouldn't belittle a profession that you just get a degree for, considering you've made a career out of taking pictures on a camera that your parents bought you.
Yeah,
CMU in journalism, so I'm
this
not
is
just
further
a
away.
journalist, although I wouldn't belittle a profession that you just get a degree for, considering you've made a career out of taking pictures on a camera that
So
your
we'll
parents
have to
bought
fix
you.
that.
Look, everyone is much calmer after a nap. Why don't you let me...
Out.
Whoa, I heard something that I thought maybe that's my fill. Yeah. Oh, that's my fill. My fill is a fail. Let's fix that. What I really enjoy about dialogue editing is how it trains your ear to hear clicks and these weird things. So it really has made my hearing hypersensitive. And it makes you a better like recording engineer. And I don't know if it makes you a better producer per se, but I can hear clicks. I can hear if I forget to do a fade. And then I catch it. The first song I ever released in 2000, like as a solo musician, was like a guitar and a looper. And it's to this day like the most popular song I've ever released in terms of just like how much it's been watched and stuff, and it was like licensed for an ad in Denmark and shit like that. But when I listen to it, I'm like, oh, there's clicks in that. Every time the loop repeats, there's a click, but nobody heard it, and I didn't hear it, and I'll have to live with that. But
Do what you did for a living.
now
and
they
you
don't get
didn't
away
even
from me.
Scratch the surface. I thought you were just a journalist.
I got my master's degree at CMU in journalism, so I'm not just a journalist. Although I wouldn't belittle a profession that you just get a degree for, considering you've made a career out of taking
yeah,
pictures
gotta
on a camera that your
de-reverb
parents
this line
bought
later.
you.
Look, everyone is much calmer after a nap. Why don't you let me?
Out.
Yeah, so this is an unsolvable problem, which I can show you. So this is what they want it to sound like.
Why don't you let me?
Out.
Why don't you let me? And then the other person says out. But when they recorded this, there was a line here.
Why don't you let me?
I want you.
I want you out. And this out comes later. Really charged weight. But they didn't want this line. But you gotta somehow make this line still exist. And keep the other line.
Why don't you let me?
And it's just hard to make this sound natural.
Why don't you let me?
Out.
What do we gotta do is, well, yeah, so what I did is I made a fill to put under this, and then hopefully once you add the sound effect of a hand smack,
Why don't you let me?
Out.
so right here there'll be a smack, cha,
Out.
and hopefully that'll smooth it over. But really, as dialogue editor, you can't do, and I can't as a dialogue editor like make a decision like this. I can't say, well, hey, how about we do this?
Why don't you let me?
I want you. Out.
Because they cut it like that, so we see the dude's lips. He's not saying what we're seeing. But also, yeah, you gotta just, whatever the director says the line is, you gotta kind of make it work. No, I can't touch the video. The video is a final cut, and already like other people have it. They're doing color grading and all that stuff. I cannot touch the video. And like in some cases you can replace a line. So I can go to this line in other takes and try to see if like in another line, in another scene, when they said the same line, maybe when the actor said, why don't you let me, there's a bigger pause, I can kind of bring that in and try to use that. But it could also not work. Let's
Is
try.
much calmer after a nap.
Yeah, I am gonna try that just for the sake of entertainment. So this is from take 3. The line that they picked is where is it? Take 7. So let's see in take 3 if we can use the why don't you let me, and then also match the lips.
Why don't you?
I want you.
Why don't you?
I want you.
No, because this time it says why don't you, and then he already says I want you out. So we can't use take 3. Let's see. Let's try take 4.
Is you.
So yeah, it's quite boring work. Like it's not
I never want to see you again.
It's not like, whoa, I'm so entertained.
Let me do that.
I
thing.
want.
Ooh, let me do that thing. See, this line could be useful.
Let me do that.
I
thing.
want.
Except that this is from a lav, and we just gotta get it from a boom.
Is you.
So I think this is the boom. I don't think, I know. And we go back. We find this.
Let me do that.
I want.
Let me do that thing. It says in this one, and we may be able to just make it work with that cut. Maybe not. We shall see.
Why don't you let me?
Why don't you let me? And then
Why don't you let me?
this will be definitely on the trickier side. But let's give it a go.
Let me do that.
No, not really gonna work.
Let me do that. Let me do that.
Yeah, the lips won't work. If we stayed on this shot, I could put whatever line I want because we're not seeing the mouth of the actor. But right as she's saying the line,
Why don't you let me?
we're seeing it, so we can't really work with that. I'm also noticing a little sync issue, but I'll fix that later because I gotta really watch the show. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you cannot be editing the video.
Why don't you let me?
Out.
It's very, film world is very like military like in that you just can't do the job that you are not assigned to do. So on sets, like sometimes you see people like carry around like really heavy gear, and like my natural instinct as an Iranian dude is like, oh, let me help you with that, and they're like, no, don't touch our shit, like you do you, we do us, which is nice, you know. I'm like, all right, I get to be lazy and not carry stuff around, but like everybody's in their own lane. So video editors do sometimes put on some sound effects, but that's usually because the director like talks to them and not to me. So I still haven't talked to the director of this show. I'm just doing dialogue and Foley, and hopefully I'll get to talk to them and see what they want to do, like sound design and music wise. But yeah, it's everybody stays in their own lane. So sound editors don't touch the video editors don't touch the sound most of the
Why
time.
don't you let me?
Out.
Relax.
Yeah, we put a sound effect here. We got a party.
You let me?
Out.
Relax.
The only joke in here is you. I never want to see you.
I want to.
Whoa, what do we do here?
I never want to see you.
I want.
All right.
Relax.
The only joke in here is you. I never want to see you again.
I want.
So this is
Relax.
The only joke in here is you. I never.
So we can put whatever we want here because we're not seeing the lips. That said, there must have been a reason that they chose this weird cut. So let's find out what happened.
Relax.
The only joke in here is you. I never want to see.
Oh, okay, I see. Here it's. Let me just move this down for a sec. Here, the line is recited a little quicker.
In here is you. I never want to see you.
Relax.
The only joke in here is you. I never want to see you.
Oh, and then it kind of like trails off. So yeah, that's not gonna fly. So they added this is you from another place.
Relax.
The only joke in here is you. I never want to see you again.
I want.
What I would do is move this back a little, because we have more lead up than lead out.
In here is you. I never want to see you again.
I want to.
Yeah, and then we can bring this bit in, and it's all more smooth.
Relax.
The only joke in here is you. I never want to see you again.
I want to.
Very whispery line. We're not at the stage of fixing that, but while we're here, might as well just give it a couple of deebs.
See you again.
Yeah. And this is the hardest bit, where middle of the line you gotta,
I never want to see you again.
I won't apologize.
because the noise comes up too, but
I never want to see you again.
I won't
compression
apologize
and
for
denoising
stating
makes
facts.
this better.
Is that what you call this? No, no, no. You are a disgusting human being.
Well, something.
No, no, no. You are disgusting.
Did y'all hear that? There's a click. Whoops. No, maybe not.
I won't apologize for stating facts.
Is that what you call this? No, no, no. You are disgusting.
Okay, that's what it is.
No, no, no. You are
So we get a click here, and this is probably something that would need a
No, no, no. You
because right after,
are a
yeah, he's saying something else. So we gotta make a fill. Making a fill, baby, 'cause I'm a filmmaker.
I'm not.
So I'm just taking an empty, I'm taking empty bits of audio from that shot, and like we can see, this is an empty bit, but a car must have passed or something, or it's breathing. Also, yeah, I've already created some fill for this bit, so I'm just gonna use this flaps, and then you just repeat it a few times. Make sure it's not like a beat, and the way to do that is to fade it at irregular amounts so it doesn't start kind of looping. This time we'll just do one frame. Let's do a bunch of frames. Let's do a few frames, longer fade. Let's do something like this. Glue, glue. And
No, no, no. You are
yeah, and then we gotta bring that. Can even take a bit of that. Place it here. Do a bit of fadage in. Maybe cut it here. Fade out. Bring it back. Yep. Like there's lines on both ends, so you can't have that.
what you call this? No, no, no. You are disgusting.
So I mean, we fixed the sound. The rhythm is a bit off, like between U and R.
Is that what you call this? No, no, no. You are disgusting.
That U is very, very quick. So what I'm gonna do is bring it back again. Can't make decisions like this, like changing the kind of recital and prosody of a line.
Is that what you call this? No, no, no. You are a disgusting human being.
The U is just wrong. It's like it's you and getting ready to say another vowel. So no good, no bueno. But what are we gonna do?
Is that what you call this? No, no, no. You are a disgusting human being.
Actually, what we can do is to see if we have a U here.
You are disgusting.
That's a good U.
You.
Let's see. We're given options to the director, so there's a no here.
No, no, no. You.
Whereas, like, let's check out this line. If it sounded like this. I've forgotten all the mouse mods and stuff for Pro Tools.
Is that what you call this? You are a disgusting human being.
Kind of like it more. That's an option I will be providing.
Is that what you call this? You are
maybe, and you can elastic audio this. And again, if this was Reaper, it'd be much easier. But yeah, with Pro Tools, I may elastic audio this to be a little faster, like you, and then put that there as an option. Whoopsie daisy. And then you make a clip region. You call this alt line, so that when they're mixing, they know they have an alternative.
Is that what you call this?
And then whoop, whoop, whoop.
Is that what you call this? No. You are a disgusting human being. You trivialized a word that has been used to humiliate an entire race of formerly enslaved people.
Beautiful. These cuts just totally work. Love it when they just work.
Human being. You trivialize.
Okay, we can't have that breath. So I'm gonna cut that, and then just bring that in.
You disgusting human being. You trivialized a word that has been used to humiliate an entire race of formerly enslaved people. Being. You trivialized a word that has been used to humiliate an entire race of formerly enslaved people.
Love when stuff like that happens. So not only are these from two different shots, they're from two different shooting days, and somehow
you trivialized a word that has been used to humiliate an entire race of formerly enslaved people. You blatantly
Yeah. This is a click. I guess let's quickly declick it. And I go tap, tap, tap. Nope, I did it wrong. Tap, tap, tap. No, see, I forgot all my Pro Tools action. Basic denoise. And I want to just declick this. Multiband random clicks. High sensitivity. Giver. Oh, it's it's a massive pain, and it's not a faith thing. They don't know me at all. Oh, I did this wrong, by the way. No, it's that honestly, a lot of directors don't care about sound. They don't think sound matters. So they would, like this director has already spoken to the video editor a lot, kind of about like, not only what to do, but like what the message of the film is and stuff like that too, right? So I mean, there's only so much you can get from dialogue. There's only so much you can get from like cinematography. There's still like intent and like, I'm making the music for this show. So what's the music gonna sound like? I have no idea. I can make something that I like, but I don't know if the director will like that. But yeah, they don't care about sound, so they don't make time for sound. They like I tried to get them on Skype a few times and they were like, oh, next week. So I was like, all right, well, I'll do the dialogue and Foley because I don't really need any input on those. But yeah, I don't know what to do with music. And if they had a chat with me, I'd be already writing music, or at least thinking about music. So it's really their loss. But yeah, like, I wish I could say that this is the mark of an amateur director, but no, really, a majority of directors don't care about sound, and they don't make time to like talk about sound with their folks. Somebody like, I don't know, Nolan or Spielberg, or all of those people are different. Sound plays such a huge role in those things. I mean, Star Wars without the sound design is just amateur cosplaying, really. the sound design is what makes you believe that you're in space and stuff. I think it plays a big role. But in like shows like this, I mean, this show is just two people having a very kind of heavy dialogue about race. It could still, sound could be a really awesome thing, and they could plan that ahead as well. So there's really nothing. I'll give you an example. If there was someplace in their shot a clock with a big pendulum on it, a sound designer can do so much with that. You can do so much sound design with that. You can also use that sound of a pendulum and the sound of the clock to kind of block, just kind of mask things like mask noise and stuff like that. Just if there's something that makes noise, it makes it sound more interesting, and they don't think about this stuff. And they don't meet with a cinematographer before they start shooting, but they don't even think about sound until they get a really terrible sounding film on their hands, and they're like, oh, we need somebody to come fix this. But if they from the pre-production stage talk to sound people, I would tell them, hey, this is just a house, two people talking in a house. Put some props around the house that make noises, and that'll make it fun. It'll make it sound like a fun movie. Like if there's a drip, show us a drip, and then I can take that drip and have a lot of fun with it and make your movie sound more like organic. I was thinking for this film, for SFX, like have another couple arguing upstairs, but I don't know, that could be too tongue-in-cheek. But yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Mike. I was really supposed to not talk during this, but I ended up talking a lot. I don't know.
An entire race of formerly enslaved people. You blatantly misled your audience into believing that 13% of the population commits...
No.
Excuse me? Did you just say no?
I will not let you attack me like this.
People. You blatantly misled your audience into believing...
Okay, let's see what kind of...
You blatantly misled your audience into believing that 13% of the population commits...
No.
Excuse me?
Alright, I think let's try to just use this.
You blatantly misled your audience into believing that 13% of the population commits...
No.
Excuse me?
I forgot what it is.
13% of the population commits 13%. You blatantly misled your audience into believing that 13% of the population commits...
No.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I like that. I like that better. I'm gonna bring this back to 1.
Population
No.
commits... Excuse me?
Yeah. Are these from the same shot? No.
People. You blatantly misled your audience into believing that 13% of the population commits...
No.
Excuse me? Did you just say no?
I will not let you attack.
Alright, this no is something's gotta happen with this no.
No.
It's very quiet. But I think these two clipped.
No. No.
That's distortion, can't use that.
No. No.
Big time distortion, can't use that. Gotta use this. So I'll just turn it up for now.
No.
13% of the population
No.
commits... Excuse me? Did you just say no?
I will not let you attack me like this.
Yeah, let's see if...
Provide context to this.
No. No.
Zoop, boop, ba-doop, boop, boop, boop. Me undies, everybody doing stuff. Do-do-do-do, boop, ba-doo-doo, ba-dee-da, dee-ba-doo, ba-ba-dee-bop. There must be a better way to do crossfades that is slipping my mind right now. There's just gotta be.
You blatantly misled your audience into believing that 13% of the population
No.
commits... Excuse me? Did you just say
I
no?
will not let you attack me like this. You are not a journalist. You do not know statistics.
13% of the population
No.
commits. Excuse me?
This no, I don't know what to do with this no, to be quite frank with you. I just don't know what to do.
The population
No.
commits. Excuse me?
I may be better off actually denoising one of these.
13% of the population
No.
commits. Excuse me?
No, that doesn't sound good. I've already done this like 300 times going through these.
The population
No.
commits. Excuse me?
I think that's the ticket. Let's try it. Let's go isotope. Let's go declip.
No. 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 No.
Let's check it out.
The population
No.
commits. Excuse me?
Just doesn't have power. It's
The
weird.
population
No.
commits. Excuse me?
What if we just put two of them in?
The population
No.
commits. Excuse me?
It's from like a very different shot.
Percent of the population
No.
commits. Excuse me? Did you just say
I will
no?
not let you attack me like this.
See, if these are from the same shot, well, they're not. They're from two different shots. I gotta get another no. And this is just not gonna work otherwise. Get out of here, get out of here. Thank you, thank you. Je ploing. Let's find another no. Wah, 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 wah.
Me?
No.
Did you just say me?
No.
That's not a good no.
Me?
No.
13% of the population
No.
commits. Excuse me?
It's a great no. I can see why they put that in there. Let's check out this scene. Whoopsie daisies. I gotta really, one day I will remember to suspend my groups. That's also, every once in a while I gotta kind of reset.
Population. Excuse me? Believing
No.
that. Excuse
It's just not as good.
that. Ex-
No.
believing that. Excuse.
That's not the ticket. We'll find the ticket. Let's see what we're working with here.
13% of the population commits 50% of the crime. You didn't even try to provide
No.
That's not a good no. We just don't have good no's. Hey, what are you gonna do, right? Is anybody watching? I don't know. Just like mumbling to myself, I guess.
Of the population
No.
commits. Excuse me? Did you just say
I will
no?
not let you attack me like this. You are not a journalist. You do not know statistics. You do not know sources. And
Excuse me? Did you just say
I will
no?
not let you attack.
Thirteen percent of the population
No.
commits. Excuse me? Did you just say
I will
no?
not let you attack.
No?
No, I will not.
Excuse me, did you just say no? You can't say no. You gotta make an argument.
Sing Sam Cooke song.
Slave people. You blatantly misled your audience into believing. You blatantly mis.
Don't have a good feel for this bit.
Did you just say no?
I will not let you attack
People. You blatantly misled your audience into believing that 13% of the population
No.
commits. Excuse me? Did you just say no?
I will not.
Let's strip this. Ship links. Got very little fill to work with here. Like we got 3 frames of fill. Let's work with it.
Population
No.
commits. Excuse me? Did you just say no?
I will not let you attack me like this.
No.
I will not let you attack me like this.
No.
I will not let you attack me like this.
It's just a very bad cut.
I will
No.
not let you attack me like this. You are not a journalist. You do not know statistics. You do not know sources. And most importantly, you don't know what the fuck you
You
are
called
talking
Black
about.
Lives Matter a terrorist organization.
Getting heavy topics here.
Did you just say no?
I will not let you attack me like this. You are not a journalist. You do not know statistics. You do not know sources. And most importantly, you don't know what the fuck you
You
are
called
talking
Black
about.
Lives Matter a terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the protest? The fuck
You
are
called
talking-
Black.
Most importantly, you don't know what the fuck you
You
are
called
talking
Black
about.
Lives Matter a terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the protest today or yesterday? What about last?
You
are
called
talking
Black
about.
Lives Matter a terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, at least I'm starting not to forget to
A
put
terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the protest today? I'm sorry. Were you at the protest today? I'm sorry. Were you at the protest?
Maybe I'll try this.
Terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the protest today?
There must have been a reason I didn't use the laugh. I bet the laugh clipped with that whoa.
Terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at
Big clip. Can't have it. I gotta go with boom on this one, even though it's probably not a good sound.
Terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the protest today or yesterday? What about? Whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the protest today?
No, don't like it.
Terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Were you?
It's more gotta be like.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm.
Organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the protest today?
Black Lives Matter a terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the protest today or yesterday? Oh, I'm sorry. Were you at the protest today or yesterday? Were you at the protest?
Terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Were you?
What I gotta do is elastic audio this.
Terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Let's do it. Let's do it right now. See if I remember how to elastic audio stuff. Whoa, what did I touch? Sorry, whatever I touched, I'm sorry. So wasn't what I was hoping to touch. This is what I want to touch. X form, and then I want to do warp. I don't remember how to do this. Or it's analysis first. Any Pro Tools wizards remember how you put handles on stuff like this? Hey, you're now watching. I don't want to watch a video. Create warp markers from analysis. No, there's a thing you press and then it warps. Any PT wizards remember that? I don't remember this anymore. And you go analysis, shift and grabber. Oh, there it is. Yep. Yep. And let's try to shift this back. Can I not do that?
Terrorist organization.
I'm sorry.
There's a way of inserting a point, that's for sure. Oh, it's control. Okay. Then you go to warp. I can grab this and do something like this. And do something like rip. Slow computer alert. Just won't let me go further back. Well, I need to actually keep these all in spot. But I do need you to go back. Would you just go back? Thank you. Whoops. No.
Terrorist organization.
Whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the pro?
Oh, it also brings in that I'm sorry. We don't want that. So now I can actually trim them. Waveform.
Organization.
Whoa. I'm sorry.
Terrorist organization.
Whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the protest today?
Or yesterday? What about last?
Today or yesterday? What about last week? Alright. I may just have to go with boom on this whole shot, even though it doesn't sound good. And
Doesn't matter, a terrorist organization.
Whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the protest today? Or yesterday? What about last week? Did you sing Sam Cooke songs and hum Amazing Grace with your fist?
alright. Gotta make a fill.
Called Black Lives Matter a terrorist organization.
Whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the protest?
Woohoo! Thank you, Scott, for watching. Thanks for staying put. Watching people edit dialogue must be like watching flies fuck. But thanks for sticking through. Yeah, I'll try to do these more fly on the wall and stop yapping as I do them. But yeah, I'll basically, whenever I do work, I may just kind of live stream it. Because, whatever, maybe somebody will learn something.
don't know what the fuck
You
were
called
talking
Black
about.
Lives Matter a terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the protest today or yesterday? Whoa, I'm sorry.
Let's make a feel together. Let's make a feel forever. That's a mighty voice. And things just got clippy. If I get rid of this.
Cut.
Not too much to work with.
Organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Let's make feels together and feel alright. One love. Let's get together and I will feel alright.
You
We're
called
talking
Black
about.
Lives Matter a terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the protest?
Terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the protest today or
We're
Called
talking
Black
about.
Lives Matter a terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the protest today or yesterday? What about last week? Did you sing Sam Cooke songs? Yesterday? What? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the protest today or yesterday? What about last week? Did you sing Sam Cooke songs and hum Amazing Grace with your fist propped up in the air? Were you in here?
Me being down there protesting with my brothers and sisters.
Brothers and
Of the population
No.
commits. Excuse me? Did you just say no?
I will not let you attack me like this. You are not a journalist. You do not know statistics. You do not know sources. And most importantly, you don't know what the fuck
You
are
called
talking
Black
about.
Lives Matter a terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the protest today or yesterday? What about last week? Did you sing Sam Cooke songs and
You don't know what the fuck
You
are
called
talking
Black
about.
Lives Matter a terrorist organization.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Were you at the protest today or yesterday? What about last week? Did you sing Sam protest today or the protest today or yesterday? What about last week? Did you sing Sam Cooke songs and hum Amazing Grace?
Wait, are these the same? No, they're not. So now I gotta make a fail for this. Gotta make a fail for this. Yeah, yeah. Gotta make a fail for that. Whoa.
Set. Action.
I know you're purposely.
You're woefully ignorant black. Jesus Christ, Vic.
Working with what I got. 'Cause I'm cool like that. Oh yeah, baby, where We were right here.
Or yesterday.
Yeah, that's more fill than I need. Shrublaps. Whoops.
Were you at the protest today or yesterday? What about last week? Did you sing Sam Cooke songs and hum Amazing Grace with your fist propped up in the air? Were you in here?
Maybe.
Let's move these to 3 for a second there and mute them. What do we got here?
In the air. Were you in here? In the air. Were you in here?
Maybe.
Air. Were you in fist propped up in the air? Were you in
That's just out of sync.
today or yesterday? What about last week? Did you sing Sam Cooke songs and hum Amazing Grace with your fist propped?
Check something.
You sing Sam Cooke songs and hum
It's just out of sync.
Sam Cooke songs and hum
Sam Cooke song. Songs
and hum Amazing Grace with your
fist
propped up. At the protest today or yesterday? What about last week? Did you sing Sam Cooke songs and hum Amazing Grace with your fist propped up in the air? Were you in here?
Maybe.
Were you at the protest today or yesterday? What about last week? Did you sing Sam Cooke songs and hum Amazing Grace with your fist propped up in the air? Were you in here?
Me being down there.
There we go. And we had a little fill there. Let's bring that fill in. Where's Phil? Give it up for Phil. Bring him on over there. Zoink. Tiniest fill ever.
At the protest today or yesterday? What about last week? Did you sing Sam Cooke songs and hum Amazing Grace with your fist propped up in the air? Were you in here?
Me being down there protesting with my brother.
All day, every day.
Me being down.
Were you in here?
Me being down there protesting with my brothers and.
I feel like it's all the same shots. Gotta go to the end.
You did.
Whoopsies.
Being down there
Propped up in the air. Were you in here?
Me being down there protesting.
Here.
Me being.
Here.
Me being down there protesting with my brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters?
Brothers and sisters.
Brothers.
Making fills, and that's how I make fills.
You were probably.
That's a good one. Making fills, and I don't care. Making fills and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I make fills. Jimmy crack corn and I make what?
Were telling me about the resentment that you feel because
Brothers and sisters, and as the years go by, a friendship will never die. Maybe I can even cut a little bit from here and put it right in the end. Do boop boop. It's tight.
My brothers and sisters.
brothers and sisters? Just last week you were telling me about the resentment that you feel because
Can I make it longer?
sisters? Just last week you were telling me about the resentment that you feel because they never accepted you as being black
I don't
enough.
have to identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
You probably
I found the line that shan't be fixed.
black
I don't have
enough.
to identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
You're probably the most woefully ignorant.
Hey Felipe, it is part of April Fool's, cause why not? Yeah, I'm using Pro Tools cause, well, like it's cause I'm working with AAF files, and AAF files are proprietary to Pro Tools, and what they basically are is like a way for a bunch of different programs like Premiere or Avid Media, which is Avid's like video editing program, and Pro Tools and stuff to kind of communicate with each other. So with films, most filmmakers use it and they give you AAFs, and so it's just easier to use that. I don't have AA translator, so when you originally receive these files, right, these are all cuts from different camera angles that you receive, and each one, like maybe there's 5 or 10 microphones per take that we're recording on set. So when you're working with film dialogue, like Avid has cornered that market to an extent that is really hard to do without. Now you can get a translator and translate like this project to a Reaper project, but also like the people I'm making the film for gave me a month subscription, and I just kind of also wanted to remind myself of Pro Tools. I don't want to forget Pro Tools forever because I don't know, if you work on most studios or most post-production facilities, they still use Pro Tools. So already today I'm realizing like I'm forgetting so many of the Pro Tools hotkeys and stuff like that. So I like to stay fresh every once in a while, and dialogue is like Pro Tools does dialogue quite well, and half of that is because Avid has cornered the market with AAF, and some of that is just like Audio Suite and Isotope RX play really nicely together. And with Reaper, I've had some problems using item-based processing when I use Isotope, because so in Pro Tools, say I want to declick this clip, I can click on it,
Get out.
and then I can listen to it here.
Get out.
In Reaper you can put it on the item and then press play, but RX doesn't play well with playing. It works better this way, and sometimes it doesn't do a good job, and sometimes when it glues it doesn't do a good job. So Audio Suite does both of those things a little better. So yeah, that's kind of why. But also I thought it would be funny if people show up to the channel and they're like, what the hell is this? And honestly, yeah, working with Reaper a little bit, I can no longer accept that, like, if I don't like a hotkey, I can't change it. I just gotta live with it. It's weird.
In the air. Were you in here?
Me being down there protesting with my brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters? Just last week you were telling
Let's see, can we use boom here? Maybe we could use boom here. I just made a fill for the other one.
Protesting with my brothers and sisters.
brothers and sisters?
No, we cannot.
protesting with my brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters? Just last week you were telling me about the
But that does mean we need a bigger fill for this, motherfucker. Need a bigger fill for this sucker. Fills, if you are just joining us, is like 30% of. Whoop. See, I have committed Reaper hotkeys to muscle memory, and then in Pro Tools they all do different things. So I keep pressing S, but S in Pro Tools is not. It's like get rid of the rest of the file, and that's not what we want. It's a long shot. Yeah, so you make fills because you want kind of the noise level in a film to be at a constant rate, and so when it suddenly gets too quiet, it's a little awkward. So you make these little fills, like they're fillers, they're noise fillers, so that when something cuts in and out, you don't notice. Then you get in shuffle mode, and bloop. I even forgot how shuffle mode works, but I'm just shuffling them a little bit basically. That's not usable. Too quiet. One of these is not like the other. I can work with this. And what we can do is just kind of randomly. Oh, OBS Studio disconnected. We may have just gotten disconnected. Also about to go and have dinner at some point soon. Okay, let's remember this. How do you batch fade in Pro Tools? I gotta remember that one. Is it Control and F? Yeah, there you go, Shiploimps. Gotta get rid of this guy. Forgot about Control and F, so that's something. Points. Boop boop. Boop 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 doo 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 be doo be doo be doo be doo be doo. My configuration stuff doesn't work anymore. Or I'm just forgetting what it is.
do this. You watched a few black naturally.
My brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters? Just last week you were telling me about the resentment that you feel because they never accepted you as being.
Whoop-biddy-doo.
You as being black.
I don't
enough.
have to identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
You're probably the most.
This is the problem area. Big problem area. You can just do F and it does it without bringing up the batch fades dialog. Wait, really? So, chop, 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 chop. Oh, thank you. I did not remember that. I guess if you do batch, you also do a fade in, but cool. Yeah, must have known that at some point in my life, but Reaper has spoiled me because I make my own hotkeys. And now I'm spoiled.
As being black.
There's a big disparity of volume between the two actors, which is hard to deal with.
Never accepted you as being black.
I don't have
enough.
to identify with, I don't have
Enough.
to identify with anyone to be black.
Yeah. I may have to switch to boom on this one too. But I think there was a problem with this one. Boom.
Being black.
I don't have
enough.
to identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
You're probably the most.
No, that works. Switch in a boom.
Just last week you were telling me about the resentment that you feel because
Thank
they
you,
never
Will.
accepted you as being black.
I don't have
enough.
to identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
You're probably the most woefully ignorant.
Will, what do you do? You a Pro Tools person? You're a Pro Tools transplant like me. What's your story? Or you're just better at remembering stuff?
You're probably.
Oh, dope. Wait, so F would also do... I'm glad you're here. So if I select all of these and hit F... Oh, okay, it does put the fade-ins, just my fade-ins and my settings are way too small. Very cool. Dope, dope, dope. So I guess if I'm like cross-fading this to this... No, because I can't, if I use F, okay, yeah, okay, cool.
Woefully.
Gotta definitely put these on different tracks. Very nice, Will. You just saved me a whole heck of time. Joimps.
I am black.
You're probably the most woeful.
Well,
I am black.
I
am black.
You.
maybe we get rid of the little... Yeah. Maybe we just get rid of the K in black. And hopefully that'll work.
Be black.
You are probably the most.
Be black. I am black.
You are probably the most woefully.
I am black.
You are probably the most.
No, we gotta do better than that.
Black.
You are probably the most.
Black.
You are probably the.
Oh, that works for me. Beep. Bidoo.
You are probably.
I am black.
You are probably the most.
No, what we did before
Probably.
was working.
I am black.
You are probably the most woefully ignorant black man in America right.
Oh, I should unsuspend my groups. Sidoink.
Probably the most woefully ignorant black man in America right now.
Get out.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, I love making a long fade.
You are probably the most woeful black.
I don't have to identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
You are probably the most
This fill is not doing what I want it to do for me.
I am black.
You are probably the most woeful
Like it goes.
black.
I don't have to identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
You are probably.
That's I know this is jumping the gun, but let's denoise this and see where we at. Spectral denoise.
Enough.
Identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
Enough.
Identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
Enough.
Identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
Enough.
Identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
Enough.
Gotta
Identify
declip
with anyone to
first.
be black. I am black.
Enough.
Identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
Enough.
Identify.
As being black. Enough.
Identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
You are probably the most woefully ignorant.
can hear the sound mixer adjusting the levels on this kind of midway, and that's not great. So we'll have to do some automation there.
You as being black
I don't
enough.
have to identify with anyone to be black. I am.
Blink. Oh, I guess, yeah.
Black
I don't have
enough.
to identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
You are probably the most woefully ignorant black.
Boop, boop, boop.
Being black
I don't have
enough.
to identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
You are probably the most woefully ignorant black man in the most woefully ignorant black man in America right now.
This is just all out of sync.
Probably the most woeful.
What if... Now hear me out. What if we just use this all?
I am black.
Probably the most woefully ignorant black man in America.
This is out of sync.
Ignorant black man.
This is fun. I gotta also put this in sync later. Awesome, man. Yeah, I guess I do a lot of stuff on my channel that is like mimicking things that I used to like about Pro Tools. But there is some stuff I still like about Pro Tools that you can't really have in Reaper, like similar functionality to Audio Suite. You can have it in many ways, but not really exactly in any way that is satisfying to me. But yeah, I mean, let me know if you have Reaper questions, because, you know, I'm running out of ideas to do tutorials on. So yeah. So yeah, reversing the fill. I actually double reverse it, so it essentially has no effect. But what it does is that it maintains the file name and just puts a reverse at the end. So that you know that, like, now I know that this fill goes with which file. And actually, I think, did we just change that? Or I just made a mistake. Yeah, so this fill actually goes here. That's why this fill wasn't working for me. Good eye. Yeah, I think now maybe new Pro Tools updates may have something new. But yeah, like before, when you bounced something, either you had to manually give it the same name or it would change the name. And with double reversing, it's kind of like gluing the track, preserving the name. It's an old dialogue editing trick that my teacher taught me, and yeah.
You in here.
Me being down there.
But also sometimes you can reverse fill just to give it, especially when you don't have enough fill to go around. You can reverse it, and that will make it less kind of loop-like.
You in here.
Me being down there protesting with my brothers
There we
and
go.
sisters.
Brothers and sisters? Just last week you were telling me about the resentment.
Yes, this whole shot we went with boom. So I guess we gotta go boom. But I think I already checked this 300
Brothers and
times.
sisters.
Brothers and sisters.
Yeah, no, that's no good.
Protesting with my brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters? Just last week you were telling me about the resentment that you feel because they never accepted you as being black
I don't
enough.
have to identify with anyone.
Yeah, Felipe. It is very fun, and actually you learn a lot from film that you can then apply to music. At least for me, it was like that, where as I started working in films, I started getting all these music ideas, or just things that I was always like, afraid is not the right word, but I just thought these things aren't done. And then I got into film and I was like, oh, they are done. Like recording at a different speed than you intend to play back on, just to change your sound, like layering. And also, like, when you get a big film project, like 500 tracks, after that you go back to music projects thinking, this is pretty easy. And also, like, yeah, like working in films made me a really fast editor. So even right now, like, I wouldn't say I'm proud of myself, but I thought I'd be a lot worse at Pro Tools after like not using it for at least a year. So yeah, like my muscles have retained some of the hotkeys I use very often. Stuff like, yeah, I don't know, like things that I don't use often, I guess I've forgotten to some extent. Like configuration, I remember it was, yeah, like period, number, configuration, dash, but it's no longer working for me. It's saving them for me now. Oh, it's working. There you go. I had to press plus for it to work. Yeah, that stuff is really useful. But yeah, Felipe, get into it, man, because it's very fun. And like, I mean, I've been doing music for like 17 years, and I've been doing film for 2 years, and I've already made more money from film than I ever made with music. 'Cause I don't know, yeah, films make more money. At least the type of music I do, I never thought it would make money, and boy, was I right.
Were you in here?
Me being down there protesting with my brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters? Just last week you were telling me about the resentment that you feel because they never accepted you as being black
I don't
enough.
have to identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
Probably the most woefully ignorant.
So yes, we were making a fill from this Will. Good eye on that. I was wondering why that fill is not working. And yeah, you're right. Like when you consolidate, it gives it the track name. If you export, you have to manually give it a name. So yeah, so this double reverse action is fun to do. Another trick I've seen people do is put like a gain utility on it, and that does the same thing. It just bounces it and just puts and I think you can only then do that once. Makes actually more sense. Yeah, whatever, I can work with that amount. Zoinks. Maybe we need a little more. There's a lot of movement in this set.
Yeah. Okay. Speeding.
Whoever was production sound did a lot of weird things. I initially got like 5 audio files per track, and I kept thinking like, what are these? Why is there 5? Because I was hoping for 3. And then also started realizing, oh, 2 of these are like the same exact thing. And what I thought was the boom turned out to be another thing.
I don't have to identify with.
Whoa. Yeah, I can work with this. Cool. Pop. Very nice. Actually, I guess, do I need these fades right now? Yeah, I just need the cross fades. And then doop doop. And make these a little random. Doop. Doop. Boop. Boop.
I never accepted you as being black
I don't
enough.
have to identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
Probably the most woefully ignorant black man in America right now.
Get out.
Jesus Christ, Vic.
Let's see if this boom get out works.
Right now.
Get out.
in America.
I don't understand how two actors in the same scene can have such varying levels of loudness. It's like, y'all have a little, huh? I guess they're cut from different scenes.
Woefully ignorant black man in America right now.
Get out.
Jesus Christ, Vic.
Yes, Felipe, yeah. Like, yeah, basically the room tone, like the noise that was in the track. I'm sorry, somebody's calling me. Is it me, or getting a call is like the most stressful thing in the world? Guess I gotta grab this. Nope, I was too late. I get so stressed when I get a phone call. Yeah, it is not for me.
As being black.
Yeah, it is room tone, and you get it by, yeah, you just kind of find like emptiness, and it'll help like smooth over the fades from like either like from one boom mic to a lav mic or something, or just from scene to scene, because between scenes, like, you know, location remains the same, but the way actors say their lines changes, and also the way that they set the levels different. Everything is different from set to set, and also just like whatever's going on outside could be vastly different.
Just last week you were telling me about the resentment that you feel because they never accepted you as being black enough.
To identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
You're probably the most woefully ignorant black man in America right now.
Get out.
Jesus Christ. Jesus. And sisters.
See, yeah, like the way they edit it is they get stuff from all over the place, and so the disparity between the lines, loudness, and like energy is constantly going up and down. I was kind of find myself coming here. Get out! Get out! That sounded like, oh, my cat's being annoying.
Right now.
Get out.
Jesus Christ.
I can tell this is not a good fill, but I'm going with it.
In America right now.
Get out.
Jesus Christ, Vic.
Yeah, Felipe, yeah. Phone calls are not fun to receive. And now I'm thinking like, what did I forget? Was I supposed to call somebody? What was I supposed to do? Yeah, what did I forget?
In America right now.
Get out.
Jesus Christ, Vic.
How long have we going with this stream? 2 hours, nice. You know, I wouldn't work this continuously if it wasn't a live stream. So this is actually a good strategy for me to do a live stream, and then I will have to procrastinate less.
Black
Have
enough.
to identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
You're probably the most woefully ignorant black man in America right now.
Get out.
Jesus Christ, Vic.
Okay, that won't work. So you make your selects in dialogue, but you always kind of go back and...
Jesus Christ, Vic.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to use. Maybe even fade these two into each other, even though they're not the same shot, but getting sloppy.
America right now.
Get out.
Jesus Christ, Vic.
Thank you, Alex. That's very nice to hear. Yeah, I'm glad you're liking them. Let me know if you have any questions. You know, I'm kind of running out of ideas for tutorials. So if you have ideas, let me know. In the next few weeks, whenever I do something with this project, I'll probably live stream it. Gonna do some Foley in Reaper, and I haven't done Foley. Well, I've never done Foley in this house. I used to do Foley in a studio back in Vancouver pre-COVID. So I'm gonna be like setting up a Foley recording space in my house, and also just kind of setting up a Reaper Foley template. So I'll be doing that via live stream as well. But yeah, thank you. Thanks for saying hi.
America right now.
Get out.
Jesus Christ, Vic.
I'm gonna move this
Now.
line.
Get out.
Jesus Christ, Vic.
I like that sigh.
America right now.
Get out.
Jesus Christ, Vic.
That's production effects. It's pretty well recorded actually this time.
Jesus Christ, Vic.
Whoa, Jesus. Jesus Christ.
Vic.
Eventually I'll be replacing the PFX with Foley and stuff. Cool, yeah, I love Foley too. I'm not very good at it. It's still very new to me. Like there are Foley artists who just hear things. I remember I had to do the sound of a cat walking once, and I was like, where am I gonna get a cat? And then I kept trying to like call my friends, being like, hey, like, can I borrow your cat for a recording session? And then the next day my friend was like, well, dude, you don't need a cat. Just put some like nails on a sponge or something and make a cat sound, and it worked perfectly. So I'm not good at like seeing those things. With everything, I'm like, oh well, let's just get that real thing. But a good Foley artist would be like, yeah, like what would sound like the thing I'm after that I don't have access to. One stroke of genius that I had was that I had to do footsteps in the snow once, and it was actually snowing outside. I could just go outside, but I was too lazy. And then I suddenly remembered cornstarch, when you like press on the bag, kind of sounds like snow, and that really worked out. I didn't have to go outside. That was very nice.
Being black
I don't
enough.
have to identify with anyone to be black. I am black.
Probably the most
Okay, I feel like we watched this
Right
a
now.
million
Get out.
times.
Jesus Christ, Vic.
You don't get to do this.
You don't get to do. You don't know me. Let's see. Can I make it to the end of this? I may not. I need to eat. Oh, what if I needed to do an elephant walk-in? Elephant is easy. Cause you would do. What would you do? I would do like an ottoman or like a stool that has like cloth around it, and just go pa pa pa. Something like that. Yeah, like something that's quite heavy but has like some kind of foamy padding, and then if the elephant is walking like in the jungle, then I do a lot of like leaves. Oh yeah. Yeah, I had forgotten about this. This used to be my tick. But yeah, now I made actually zooming the same in all the DAWs, because I'm just like a twitchy zoomer. I'm just always zooming. So I made Reaper be kind of like, well, Ableton, Logic, and Pro Tools at least are all the same with this, thank God. So I just made it the same in Reaper, but yeah, I had forgotten how much of a tick this was for me. I'm just always zooming around and scrolling around, so. Cool, Alex. Yeah. With dialogue, I prefer Pro Tools. Not that I prefer Pro Tools, but Pro Tools doesn't really give you an option because of AAF not working and like AAF being proprietary to them. Yeah, like if I could import AAFs into Reaper, I'd be good. And one of these days I would get AA Translator, but I'm just so broke I can't. It's a great work expense. It pays for itself very quickly, but I am just not in a position to buy it right now in the middle of COVID and all of that. So yeah, so I'd have to hold off, and then the people I was working with gave me a month subscription to use, and I was like, all right. And it's a good reminder for Pro Tools. I don't want to forget Pro Tools forever.
You don't get to do.
This is all PFX. So I'm sending those down to... Ooh. Oh, we got already tons of PFX. Yeah, we may just not need this.
You don't get to do this.
You don't know me. I don't know what to
You
go
don't
with
get to do
for
this.
this bit. On one hand, yeah, we did most of this bit with boom. So I have a leniency towards boom, but the boom doesn't sound good.
You don't get to do this.
The laugh sounds alright.
You don't get to do this.
Too much footsteps.
You don't get to do this.
No, just way too far. I'm even gonna strip this because I may later be tempted to change it. Wait, going back to laugh.
You don't get to do this. You watched a few black nationalist videos on.
This movie is heavy. The dialogue is like heavy. Oh yeah, distortion for sure. And yeah, like layering, right? Like I would put like a thump of some kind there, just like a boulder falling on grass or something like that. I would put just anything to give it weight. Like yeah, distortion is just a great way to make things sound like whoa, like really move those speaker cones.
You don't get to do this.
You watched a few black nationalist videos on Instagram and what?
This line is a disaster.
You watched a few black.
Nope.
You watched a few black.
Nope. Just gotta use the laugh.
Watched a few black nationalist videos on Instagram and what?
But it's just not good.
To do this. You watched a few black.
What I may do for this is let's see if we can salvage this line from another shot, from another take.
You watched a few black nationalist.
Oh, there you go. That seems usable. Just gonna take it down here. Bloop.
You watched a few black nationalist videos on Instagram and now you feel some sort of superiority. You watched a few black nationalist videos on Instagram and now you feel some.
I gotta remind myself what this line was.
You watched a few black nationalist videos on Instagram and what? You watched a few.
And what? And here it says that
You watched a few black nationalist videos on Instagram and
now you feel some sort of superior.
You watched a few black nationalist videos on Instagram and now.
just says it a lot faster in this take, so let's see if we can make that work. So I don't like the sound of this.
You watched a few black nationalist videos on Instagram and You watched a few black nationalist videos on Instagram and You watched a few black nationalist videos on Instagram and
Could be a matter of doing some. We don't see the lips here. We start seeing the lips around here, so I may have to do some elastic audioing just for this bit. Yeah. Yeah, agreed, Alex. Foley is like you never, I guess with like years and experience maybe you do, but you never know if something's gonna work until you do it. And I don't know, I mean, with music, I guess it's the same, like experimentation, you gotta do it to see if it works. But with music, it's easy to convince yourself that it's not gonna work and move on. But with Foley, it's like, hey, what about a shoe tied to a rock or something? I'd have to do Foley for high heels, and my partner doesn't wear high heels, and neither do I. So that should be fun to figure out how to make high heel sound. And I think they also have like tile floors on the set of this film, so that should be fun to figure out. But yeah, I think I ran out of steam, folks. I think I'm gonna go get some lunch. I've been at this for a really long time. I only started streaming it after doing like a lot of work as well. So it was just AAFs and it was all over the place, and I did all this stuff. And even added just a few sound effects for whatever reason, just to get comfortable with Pro Tools. So I'm ready to go eat some food. But thank you for watching. All 7 people watching. Wow, that is cool. I'm very happy that 7 people are watching. If anybody has like last questions, comments, statements, I'll show you my face even. I'm pretty wrecked today. Yeah. If anybody wants to tell me stuff, get some rest. Yeah, I also had an overnight recording session last night. So I recorded for a really long time in the studio, like 7 p.m. to like 2 a.m. And then did some other stuff because I couldn't sleep. So yeah. Thank you, Alex, for stopping by. Thanks for the great Pro Tools reminders and tips. Also, Scott was earlier giving me good tips, and Andres as well. So thanks to all of you. Thanks, Felipe, for hanging around, hanging out. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely let you know when I'll do the Foley. This was very off the cuff, so I didn't plan it at all. But I'll try to plan the next ones, and also not spend like the first half hour trying to figure out sound. Yeah. Anybody else? All right. I'm gonna skedaddle, y'all. Take care of yourselves. We'll do more of this soon. I don't know if this was interesting to y'all in any way, but we'll do some more. 'Cause it definitely, I mean, and I should shut the fuck up and just do my work, but it kind of motivates me to do more knowing people are watching. Whereas if it was me, I'd do 5 minutes, go on Facebook, do another 10 minutes, go like dick around on my phone. So this is cool. Adios, mi amigos. See you soon.